My name is CJ Daly, and I work at Small Cakes Cupcakery in Columbia, and I work in customer service as well as being a baker's assistant. I'd say what made me want to work at this job was that, well, I was looking for a job anyway, and this place that I stumbled across seemed pretty perfect to me because I've always really loved baking. Obviously the cleaning aspect of it isn't my favorite, but the baking and the decorating, I've learned a lot of really valuable skills about like baking and making cake and cupcakes and stuff like that. So like lots of like real world skills that like I'll definitely be using in the future since I've always loved to bake. And it's also just a very like friendly work environment. It's like really pretty inside the shop. It always smells delicious. So it just seemed like the perfect place for me, and I think it is. Well, the average shift for me is usually a closing shift, so I don't get off until 9 or 9:30. On the weekends, I usually have someone else working with me, and I spend most of my shift taking orders, boxing cupcakes, doing maintenance like the dishes and other stuff around the shop that needs to be cleaned. Usually it's a pretty long shift, but we do also make tips, so that makes things, you know, worth fighting for. And it definitely gets done a lot quicker whenever I have someone on the team who's working with me that like has been there for a while. Some of the newer ones, it takes us a little bit longer to close up, but that sounds like the average shift for me, yeah. The best parts of my job, I would say there's a lot of good parts of my job. I really like working with the customers, especially whenever they bring in like their young kids, because they get really excited about like the cupcakes and like the decorations and everything. I also like, whenever I do get to work opening shifts, it's really fun because I get to help with like baking the cupcakes, and I also really like working with the cupcakes whenever we get to do specials. We have a daily special every day, and sometimes it's like something completely unheard of that we've never done before. Other times like we have like a Wednesday special and like a Thursday special, but like we really do switch it up quite often, and I think that makes it really exciting and fun. We also make all of our ice cream in-house, and we make these cool things called like cupcake smashes, where like we rip apart a cupcake and then we put 2 scoops of ice cream in between it, and that's a fan favorite for a lot of people, and we get a lot of people who come back and look for those. As well as our special flavors. We have people calling and asking what was our flavor of the day, and it's just like a really exciting part of the job that gets to change up every so often.